Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about what Apple announced, that is on the September 10th. There was an Apple announcement. So here are some highlights from their keynotes. So the first thing that Apple announced was Apple Arcade. This is a game sharing service. You can play multiple full version games without having to buy each and every game. This service will cost you $4.99 per month per family. The first month is free. This service is launching on September 19th. Next, they announced Apple TV Plus service. This service is just another TV service like Netflix and Amazon Prime. This service will be launching on the November 1st. This service will be launching in 100 countries. There will be Apple Original every month. It will cost you $4.99 per month per family. This is equivalent to renting one movie from Apple. And will it have multiple screen support? I don't know. Just like Netflix has different prices for multiple screens, what Apple will do is we'll find out. The good news is if you are planning to buy any iPhone, iPad, Mac, or Apple TV, you get a free 1 year subscription of Apple TV Plus. Then they have this Apple TV app. This TV app will be used to play the Apple TV Plus service. This app can also be installed on your smart TVs and non-Apple devices. I'm guessing it would work on Samsung and other Android devices as well. Talking about the iPads. With the iPads, I was expecting them to announce something new with the iPad Pro, Air, or Mini, but Apple announced only one version of iPad, one new iPad, which is upgrading from original iPad 6th generation to the 7th generation. One good new feature they have announced with this iPad 7th generation is they have increased the display size from 9.7 inches to 10.2 inches, and that's a retina display. This iPad has the new iPad OS and all the features like Pinch the keyboard and all the new features that the iPad OS will have. This iPad will cost 329 USD, and for students it would be 229. You can start ordering this iPad today, and the new iPad will be available starting September 30th. Apple then announced the Apple Watch, so that was the interesting part for me at least. So with the Apple Watch Series 5, Apple is working on 3 different health research studies. One hearing study where they are measuring the sound around you. 2, they are measuring the women health cycles and they explain all the details about that part. 3, they are researching on heart and movement study. Talking about the hardware, the new Apple Watch Series 5 will now have a always on retina display, which is amazing because I always had a problem to tap the screen many times when the display was not on. Make a few attempts to put it in the right angle to have the display on. So with this new always on retina display, they have introduced something called LTPO, which is the low temperature polysilicon and oxide display. With this LTPO, the screen refreshes dynamically from 60 Hz to 1 Hz, which is an amazing thing because that's going to save a lot of battery. And with that, Apple is giving all day 18 hours battery life, which is nice. This Apple Watch Series 5 will have a built-in compass, as well as it will have a new compass app. With the Apple Watch, Apple is now introducing in-watch app store to purchase and get the apps right from the watch. You don't need the phone, which is a good feature. Talking about the safety features, Apple Watch already had a few good features like the fall detection, ECG, SOS, and medical ID. With the new Apple Watch Series 5, they have introduced an emergency calling feature, which is an international emergency calling to 150 countries. That's on their cellular model, but which is a good thing. So now with the watch, you can make calls to 150 countries if you are on international travel. The Apple Watch aluminum version is made up of 100% recycled aluminum. It will come in silver, gold, and space gray color. The stainless steel version will come in gold, space black, and polished version. Apple has now announced a titanium watch and a ceramic watch, which is new. Titanium watch will now come in the natural brush and the brush space black color, and with the ceramic they have launched the white color. With the Apple Watch Nike models, they looked pretty much same to me. They were having some new bands and looks, but I am not my cup of tea. Apple has also announced this new Hermes model with the blue and a black model with leather bands. I checked the price and it's too costly. If you're interested, you can check more on those details. And then Apple announced a few new watch bands. The pricing part: the Apple Watch Series 5 will now be costing at $399 the GPS model and $499 the cellular model. You can start ordering the watch today, and this will be available starting September 20th. The good news is they are still continuing to sell the Apple Watch Series 3, which is the GPS version, and that will be sold at only 199 USD. Okay, so now the main part, iPhones. So talking about the iPhones, Apple mentioned that last year they sold three phones, and three out of those three, the 10R became the most popular, and probably because of the cost element. And Apple said they achieved 99% customer satisfaction from last year for all three phones combined. So this year they have focused more on the upgrade of the iPhone 10R, and now they are calling that as the iPhone 11. This iPhone 11 comes in six colors: purple, white, yellow, green, black, and product red. It has still the same 6.1-inch display, liquid retina display, or advanced LCD with true tone display, wide color gamut, tap to wake, and haptic touch features. Apple has now introduced special audio with the sound field, and they use this Apple designed virtualizer which supports Dolby Atmos sound. For the camera, the iPhone 11 will have two cameras: 12 megapixel wide angle camera and a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle camera. This will support the stereoscopic depth for portrait photos, and it will also have this high key mono studio lighting effect, which is a black and white with a white background. With the photography mode, they have also introduced a night mode, which was the worst thing in Apple phones, when you have to click a photo or shoot a video or record a video at night. So Apple has now introduced a night mode, which looks amazing. I hope that stands to their promise. Talking about the video recording, the iPhone 11 video recording supports 4K videos at 60 frames per second. It also has a slow-mo mode, a time-lapse mode, a cinematic video stabilization, and an extended dynamic range. One good feature that Apple announced was a quick take video by holding the shutter button, which means if you are on a photo mode and if you want to record a video, just press and hold the shutter button and it will record a video, rather than bursting 20 photographs, which we used to do earlier. The video quality, they are saying the highest video quality ever in a smartphone. The front camera, it for iPhone. The front camera for the iPhone 11 is now a 12 megapixel true depth camera. It takes 4K videos at 30 frames per second and can record up to 4K videos at 60 frames per second. The front camera on iPhone 11 also supports slow-mo videos. The CPU. The iPhone 11 has now the A13 Bionic chip. Apple claims that it's the fastest ever processor and the GPU in a smartphone ever. And Apple showed some stats to prove that. So the iPhone 11 compared to iPhone 10R will now have one more hour of battery life. The iPhone 11 now will support Wi-Fi 6. Coming to the price point, iPhone 11 will be sold at starting $699 US. Coming to the iPhone 11 Pro, which is an upgrade of iPhone 10s, and the iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is an upgrade of iPhone 10s Max, which I have. Comparing both the phones with the previous versions, iPhone 11 Pro is 5.8 inches, iPhone 11 Pro Max is 6.5 inches. They come in four colors. Apple has introduced a new color called Midnight Green, and the existing colors remain, which is Space Gray, Silver, and New Gold is what they're calling it. The OLED display is now called a Super Retina XDR display. I'm guessing it's probably the same. The CPU is the same, which is A13 Bionic chip as it is in the iPhone 11. In iPhone 10s and 10s Max, it had A12 Bionic chip. With the battery life, iPhone 11 Pro will now have 4 hours more battery compared to iPhone 10s, and iPhone 11 Pro Max will now have 5 hours more compared to the iPhone 10s Max. They are also introducing something called Deep Fusion, and one good feature with iOS 13 is you can now edit videos in iPhone itself, which was not possible earlier. You had to go to iMovie and to do that. With the cameras, now this is the best part they have. Apple has now introduced 3 cameras in their iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max versions. So if you compare iPhone 11, it has a wide and a ultra wide camera. With iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro, they have a telephoto camera along with the wide and ultra wide camera. So this will help you take 3 different sizes of photographs, so you can go to a portrait or a landscape within a photograph, or edit it later, so you can read more about it in details. The pricing part of the phone is iPhone 11 Pro will start costing at $999 and iPhone 11 Pro Max will cost at $1099. You can start ordering the phone in US and Canada on Friday 5 a.m. PST, and they will be available by September 20th. I saw that in India at somewhere around 27th of September. I don't know when will they start online ordering. And one thing that I was not able to find was swapping between the front camera and the back camera in middle of the video. So you can do that. They did show that using a Filmic Pro app, you can swipe between front camera and back camera, or record a video with both the cameras or all 4 cameras. But with the native iPhone app for video recording, that is yet to be found out. Other than the phones, talking about the iOS 13, what to expect is, based on my research, iOS 13 will have a dark mode, a synced lyrics which will show you the lyrics when the song is playing, a new reminder app, updated Safari and the Notes app, updated Apple Maps, at least in the US, they have got new maps. Sign in with Apple feature on different websites. Security with email address masking, so they'll give you a masked email address per app so that you don't have to share your original email address. Apple has done a HomeKit upgrade. They have some enhanced Memojis sticker pack, better managing and editing of photos. So with photos you can have some additional editing capabilities and managing capabilities. Video editing, what I already mentioned. a better Siri audio. So now they are saying they'll have an Indian Siri voice, which I'm yet eager to find out. Then they'll have a audio sharing, so you can share your songs and music with someone. How is something I still have to figure out. And other than that, we should see the Apple Card soon, the HomePod with an upgraded feature, a better CarPlay, and a live radio station with around 100,000 radio stations included. So that's the list of features that I have found. If you find this video interesting, please like the video, share the link with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos. Thank you and have a great day.